So we've been talking about voting machines, we've been talking about voter suppression, we've been talking about my experience of having lived on this earth for 6 decades and never having had to wait more than 10 or 15 minutes in my entire life to vote, because it has always been, I've never lived in a swing state. And I've never lived in a heavily Democratic part of a swing state. I've lived in heavily Democratic areas, but not heavily Democratic parts of swing states. But there's all kinds of dimensions to this stuff, and there is nobody on earth who knows more about it or does a better job on reporting it than Brad Friedman. Bradblog.org. It's bradblog.com, is it not, Brad?
Bradblog.com. No promises what you'll get if you go to bradblog.org.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have a typo here on my one sheet. Bradblog.com, the founder and publisher of the Brad blog, Brad Friedman. Brad, welcome back to the program.
Hey, thank you, Tom. Great to be here. Appreciate it.
I was mentioning earlier that I think Progress had been throwing you in the category of conspiracy folks who think 9/11 was an inside job or whatever, and which is not to diminish those folks, but rather to say, no, wait a minute, this isn't even debatable. What's going on? Give us an update.
Well, and I've been listening to your show earlier in the hour. You've been doing a great job, some righteous rants on what is really the crux of this issue, which is the private ownership of our once public election. And, we're going to be paying the price for that yet again this year, as there are going to be questions about the results. We're saying, I know you talked a little bit about it in the first hour, but incredibly, this secret software patch, the secret uncertified software patch that has been applied in 39 Ohio counties at the last minute, is absolutely mind-blowing. I cover it today at bradblog.com. We've got the actual contract between the Secretary of State of Ohio and ES&S. John Husted, and ES&S, the world's largest voting machine company. This is no conspiracy theory. This is a legitimate, very serious concern when you're installing software on 39 counties at the very last minute. This contract was signed September 19, 2002, Tom. So, they're just putting this stuff on these computers at the very last second.
Wait a minute, 10 years ago this contract was signed?
No, 2012.
2012, okay.
2012, yeah. It was signed less than 2 months ago.
Right.
Less than 2 months ago, before the largest presidential election in the the swingiest of swing states. Now, does this mean there's a conspiracy to rig the election in Ohio? Well, we don't know. But we also don't know why they're installing software on 39 different central tabulators. We're talking about the main database for the voting system in 39 counties, among them some of the largest, Franklin County, Cuyahoga County, Cleveland.
These are heavily Democratic and heavily African-American communities. Are they applying these software patches in the rural, white Republican counties in Ohio?
In theory, and that's the problem. We don't know. We can't oversee what's going on. In theory, ES&S voting systems or tabulation systems are on 39 different counties. Now, the contract is for all of the ES&S counties, as opposed to the Diebold or the Hardin or Civic counties, different voting machine companies.
Right.
So, in theory, it's all 39 of those counties, and nobody really knows what this software does because nobody was allowed to test it. They did this entire thing in secret just days before the election. This is absolutely mind-blowing to me that they think that this is okay, no matter what this software does, whether it works correctly or not. We don't know. We can't know. And for somebody to regard this stuff as conspiracy theory is insane. And I would put that on the the equivalence of climate change deniers out there, folks who deny the science. We're talking about science here.
Right.
Shouldn't everybody give a damn about this, Tom?
Well, yes. And I'm strongly of the opinion, if you're going to use machines, let the public own the machines, let them be programmed in an open source fashion, and let's make sure, for goodness sake, that there is an absolute paper trail that is that is audited regularly and verified. But even then, I don't trust the damn machines. There's a reason why Ireland is selling their machines as we speak for scrap metal. Now, there's a reason why ES&S is the world's largest voting machine company, because nobody else in the world is buying the damn things. So, of course, it's an American company. Otherwise, it would be a Chinese company if everybody else in the world was buying them.
Exactly. Remember, you can't, even if it's owned by the public and it's open source software, you still can't see how those ballots are counted inside the computer. There's no way really to know if the software that you checked on Monday is the same software that's used on Election Day on Tuesday. Right. We need a fully 100% transparent process, Tom. And the only way that I have found that we can do that is with hand-counted paper ballots at the precinct on election night, fully public in front of all parties, all video cameras with the results posted right there before ballots move anywhere.
And all it would take...
We have a disgraceful system right now, from top to bottom, from the 6-hour lines you're seeing to vote at all in Florida and Ohio, to the secret software that's used to count our votes. So when the results are announced tomorrow, they'll either be right or they won't be. We, the people, will have absolutely no way of knowing either way.
Yeah, and all the more the tragedy. Tell us what redshift is.
Redshift is the statisticians have looked at the exit polls that come out during Election Day, and they compare those exit polls to the actual results that come off of these voting systems. And the folks who support this idea of redshift think that Democrats consistently get screwed by these voting systems. Now, again, either they do or they don't. We look at these statistical studies. They're sometimes convincing. But, again, it's guesswork. And we should not be running a democracy by guesswork.
Yeah, I mean,
we should be running it, being able to oversee it by the people so that everyone, no matter what party you're with, has confidence in the results.
Yeah,
I would suggest that lack of confidence is as dangerous as anything else.
When my mom was an election worker in the 1950s and 60s in Lansing, Michigan, there was no redshift. They were doing exit polls. They were calling elections based on those exit polls, and she and all the other volunteer. It was mostly women at that time. I remember a table full of ladies and middle-aged ladies. I was a little kid, and they would stay late at night to count the vote and finally call in the local. And this was just for a small neighborhood, but there were lots and lots and lots of people involved. Now we've got fewer people involved. We've got these machines in place. This is, for the cost of 1 or 2 days in George Bush's Iraq War, we could go back to having people do this, or volunteers for that matter.
We could actually.
My mom was a volunteer.
We could save a lot of money if we had people do this rather than this exorbitant voting machine cost. These maintenance contracts are just absolutely insane. And, the fact that Democrats, let me just hit them for a moment, the fact that they are not out there on the front lines raising absolute holy hell about this stuff is to their eternal shame. It's, of course, worse the fact that they, turn around and say that folks like me are conspiracy theorists, or that any of this depresses turnout. I have seen no evidence that discussion of this depresses turnout, and frankly, I have seen exactly the opposite.
Right.
When people hear about this stuff, they get fired up, they want to take action, and they want to fight to make sure that their vote gets counted and counted accurately.
There you go. There you go. Brad Friedman, founder and publisher of the Brad Blog. BradBlog.com is the website. You can read all about it. There's so much more. We're going to be covering a lot of this as we continue on through the program, so stick around. Brad, thanks for the great work you're doing.
Thanks, Tom. Buckle up.
You betcha, buddy. We'll be back.